Yo, guys, who taught you how to use air freshener? You know, like how when you go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me not divulge much. Maybe you are using it in the wrong way, but who taught you how to use air freshener?
That's like asking who taught you how to use perfume.
Yeah, who taught you?
See, you saw it.
You saw people using it and that's why you're spraying your crotch.
No, it's
Sorry?
You know, people who spray, they're like and they're just like, there are places you're not supposed to spray.
Yeah.
I think the closest you should spray is what? Your navel?
Where the fuck are you spraying your navel?
Because his chest is always outside. You didn't see him on Friday?
Yeah.
His chest is
Actually, what's wrong with
outside
you?
24/7. He's like chest.
You keep
You know, I have scratch marks like over here, and I don't know how.
Hey.
Anyway, as we digress. Come back.
We digress.
Who taught you how to use air freshener? Like, I just want to remind you.
Air freshener, so it's for the air. I think you just know that you're supposed to spray the air after you leave the bathroom. It chomoas the stench.
So how many sprays are you supposed to do?
Up until you smell the air freshener. Now, when the whole bathroom smells like pine, then you're fine.
Joyce, how many times should you spray this thing? Yeah, how many success?
But I don't know, you decide. Man. It depends on how lethal you're, you know. You know, sometimes your number 2 isn't as lethal as you thought, and then other times it's death. You know what I mean? Like, give it a few minutes, light a candle, something, you know? But
yes, you need to drink water. You need to eat your veggies.
That's why I said it depends.
No, but the reason I'm asking is I just want to take you back to, because, you know, there's an assumption that it's those things that you just know. You just go into the bathroom and you know what to do.
Yeah.
But it's not that easy.
Obvious.
It's not that obvious. I mean, you've seen storos where like a house help is in your house and she's like washing the laptop. Right? You've seen those ones where she's taken a duster and she's like cleaning the TV, right? Why? Because nobody's ever said anything, right? She's there, she's susuing in the kitchen. In the kitchen. In the sufuria, you know? So all sorts of things happen.
So it's not that obvious to everyone.
But my question is, right, who taught you? So there's a guy who called a radio station. Run the tape.
What do you do that no one else in the world does? Here we go.
For a bit of context, up until 2023, I had no idea how to use toilet spray. Now, growing up, we never had toilet spray in the whare, and so every time I'd go to someone else's whare, I'd use it the best way that I thought made sense to me. Until 2 years ago, when I came out from taking a dump, and the missus asked me why I smelled funny. Now, thinking the smell had wafted out with me, I told her that I had definitely made sure to use toilet spray. To which she asked me how much I used. I told her, not much, just enough to make sure my nono didn't stink. Game over. I beg you find someone else who has been spraying their ass with toilet spray for the last 20 plus years. Unless boosh.
As you can hear, the guy was busy spreading his nyash.
You know,
that's why he was spraying. Because that's the problematic area.
And you know, the way he was so concerned.
I think it's
you just imagine.
It's for that. Because I think he was like, hey, so many people comment about me. So he
left there smelling like pine. Guys are like, oh, he smells so fresh.
Yo, man, like he was spraying his nyash. Do you know how many people have watched this thing right now? They're like, wait, it's not like that. Yeah, it's not your nyash you're supposed to be spraying, man. But if you think about it, there's a lot of things that people probably, and I'm sure even you, like, I'm just going to go fast. I remember there's a time, you know how like this segment we're calling it, things you should have asked.
Wow.
But then you went with your chest.
Wow.
Right? So I'll just go fast because let me go fast, right?
Yeah.
So mine is, I was in a Kenyan restaurant, right? A really high-end restaurant. And proper high-end, you know?
Yeah.
And so you know how like you've watched a lot of TV shows and you've had different things being, you know, lasagna.
Yeah.
So me, I looked at that menu. I saw, filet mignon.
You say it out loud.
Filet mignon. Yo, I've not even reached the juicy parts. So, guys, do you know what filet mignon is?
Yeah.
Mignon ziko kwa hiyo kitu bado hazijakupa. That thing has not been cooked. So
Is that what filet mignon
fast
means?
chill,
though?
fast,
Okay,
babes.
sorry.
Me, I'm over there. You know how high-end this restaurant is?
Yeah.
The chef himself comes out to ask you,
Yeah.
how would you like your dish done?
Right.
So it's a beautiful lunchtime. I'm sitting by the pool. I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, filet mignon, are you sure? Because he's looking at me like, are you
what
sure?
you want,
I'm like, hell yeah, what you talking about? Bring my filet mignon.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Bruh, when the thing arrived on the table, I was like, when are you going to cook this thing? I said, this segment is called Things You Should Have Asked, but you went with your chest.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I went in the first bite. Have you ever eaten raw meat? Yes, I have. But now I eat a lot of raw meat. But then I didn't know. Yeah, so I
No, that one I would have been
I
right
should
there
have
with you.
asked.
No, honestly.
And then it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most expensive things.
When is that how filet mignon is? That like it
Bruh.
can't be like well done or something.
Well done is when it's the guy has been clapped for in the kitchen. Like, well done, you did a good job to arrange it. But that shit ain't being cooked.
I
You know, I
did
can't
actually know
Culinary like that. You cut it and then there's like blood.
Blood.
But
Ew.
no, there's no blood. There's no blood. There's a way they
Yeah,
prepare it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
still, like
is.
it's red.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
red.
red, yeah.
That once you see red, it's blood.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now I like filet mignon, but like then the person I was seated with,
Yeah.
they were having the time of their lives because they knew. I didn't knew.
You didn't mute
So I was
it.
sitting there, they're like,
You didn't mute it. Ew, no.
Nilikunywa.
So clearly I'm never going to ask for filet mignon.
Things that you should have asked, but you went with your chest. I went with my nyash.
Ah.
Yeah. Pause.
Uh-huh.
So now, actually, there's two things. One, I've said it here before. My first time encountering an Asian toilet.
Right. When you
Yeah.
sat on the floor with
Yeah. I never knew, man. So, like,
Why did you have to remind me?
I sat on the...
Why did you have to remind me? Because that is actually
I sat on the floor and
No,
I've been sitting
bro.
on the floor.
You and the air freshener guy, you're close. You're close.
No, it's
Yo.
different, man, because I'd never seen it before. And I've been sitting on the floor for the longest time. If you're new to the pod, yeah. So go watch it. It's one of like the first
The
episodes.
Asian toilets,
Yeah,
guys.
It's the one that's chini where you have to squat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
I was
you
sitting on the
sat.
floor up until
His
Your-
legs stretched
Yeah.
all the way to the door.
Yeah.
my friend George peeped and saw me,
Yeah.
and like I was the
Because it's like,
joke
why am I
in
seeing the
school.
soles of your feet? You know, like the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing? Yeah. That was terrible. I'm so sorry for you.
Second thing that I went with my nyash, or it's someone else's nyash. This was in studio, yeah, and I think I was reading out something, and the word derriere.
What did you say? The real.
I said, derriere.
With your chest.
Yo.
With your chest.
As in, because at that time, we were doing the show with Mike. I remember Mike was on the floor.
You did it on
They did it.
national radio.
And then-
Yeah.
That is so bad.
And I said it so, like, really,
Casually,
really seriously.
His chest.
Yeah,
Hold
with
your
my
chest.
chest. Yeah, I should have asked.
You should have. No,
Yeah.
yeah. You should have.
You know how many people say the news and then they say some words there, just like, you
Yeah,
should
like-
have asked.
Kwanzaa,
Should have asked.
Kenyan news anchors, Maze, the word is decline.
The decline.
It's not decline.
The decline.
Uh-huh.
Kwanzaa, there's this guy who owns
Decline.
Oyster Bay. What's his name?
And what?
Hey,
The-
you're even mentioning
The
names.
buff guy. Yeah, shout outs to him. Like, he's such a really good anchor.
Oh,
But there's a clip of his I saw. He was saying that there has been a decline in cases. I think it was COVID time, and he says that there's been a decline in COVID cases. But you know, now he has a deep voice, and
So
then
the
he said
decline.
there has been a decline in
Bro,
COVID cases.
Let me tell you, and the child in me, I'm just seeing a dick in a lie.
I was like,
I was like, what are
no,
you saying?
no.
Yeah, I have to tell my mind, not that one. Oh,
Yeah,
declining.
man.
yo, mine it wasn't really like a go with your chest thing, and I saw this video
Say it with
the
your
other
chest.
day. Run the tape. I can relate because the first time I went to like a really, I think
Were
it
you
was
like
even,
this, babe?
I was, especially when I went to like the Amsterdam airport,
Yeah.
Schiphol or however you pronounce it. Bro, I was looking under the sink. I'm like, how do you put on this thing? Is there a foot pedal? I was just like, waving. I'm like doing a little dance so that the sink comes on. I was like, how do you do this?
Flash, my
Yeah,
lord.
yeah. open sesame. You know, I couldn't figure out how to use that sink, and then I just saw someone come in like do the. I was like, oh shit.
But
But it ain't your fault. On a real though, there's some motion sensors, especially on hand dryers.
Yeah.
As in, they need. I think
They need time.
Yeah, they're either faulty
They're racist.
or they are racist, or they are from another country.
They're racist.
Because I mean, you're there, you want to dry your hands, but I don't know. You have to like.
It's just like, oh, got you.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually felt like such an African, because obviously it was a white person next to me who just.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
wow,
like you guys don't have this. You're still going in the bush. No, but guess.
Or like the first time the toilet flashed itself.
Guys, do you know I almost dislocated my clitoris with the knee in the toilet? I have to tell you this story. I have to tell you this story, guys. I have to tell you this story. Listen, let me tell you something. I have to tell you this story.
Wait.
It's a true story. It's a true story. You know this thing for washing the diabs? You know this thing?
then Nini, what do they call
Why
it?
does it have to have that amount of pressure?
You didn't know?
Bro, no. Who chooses the pressure amount? Like, is it scientific?
What's the name of that thing?
Is it
I've also
scientific?
used it the wrong way.
I can't remember the
Bruh,
name.
I was shocked.
Selfie to the air.
Karibu nijipatie FGM. Like, you know, as in, I'm over there, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a good idea. You know, I went, Paka, even as I was seated in the living room, I was still stand.
I'm so dead.
Like, so anyway,
I've
moral
washed
of
my
the story.
feet with that thing before you move on. Yeah, the whole. You know how the sink is like genie. I didn't know what it was for. I've never seen it in my life. My first time in Dubai, imetoka for real.
Funny, when was your first time in Dubai? Because we've had those things in Nairobi for a very long time.
I've never seen them in
Yeah,
What do
Nairobi.
you mean?
I think we all live in Langata Link Road.
I'd never seen it
First of all,
before.
that is like so
I'd never seen it before.
classist of you.
What?
I got
I was
that is
like,
so
I was
classist.
like 19. So
okay, yeah, that must have been a while back. That makes
nimetoka
sense.
desert
Okay,
safari.
okay.
And then I go, like my feet and everything had got like sand all over in my shoes.
So you thought it was like those like Costco taps where you
as
just...
in it's in the toilet. There's a toilet seat and then there's that tiny sink and then the other sinks are there. So I want to wash my feet. So I was like, these guys know that you might have sand.
Yeah.
So you
No,
go
guys,
and
like
use
for
it to
real
wash
though,
your
I
feet.
don't know how to use that toilet that's next. Is that the one you're talking about?
It's not a toilet.
It's a word. It's for washing your diabs.
Yes. It has a name.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So are you supposed to sit on it? Because I know the thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just for
Supposed
that
to
removes
get
water.
on your knees. Right? Grab the tip and squeeze.
Please don't
Guys,
use
no,
your
like for
teeth.
real. Like the one
And
like...
then reverse
you know,
slowly, gently. To ensure that it is now
Okay, so guys,
parallel
okay.
to your...
Okay, see, this one, instead of going with my chest, I'm going to ask questions. So you're supposed to use the toilet, finish your business, and then move to this other thing and wash your business there.
No,
So you
use
see-
tissue first.
And,
And then you go
Go
clean.
now to wash.
that's what I mean. So you finish with the toilet,
Yes.
and then you move to this other thing,
Yeah.
and that's where
But
the
if you're
washing
lazy,
happens.
you do it all on the toilet seat.
Okay.
Like me. Now, here's the
I'm being
thing.
serious. I don't know how to use that thing.
So you see how we started this conversation.
Yeah.
So you see how this guy ended up using a freshener.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense now.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So
now.
all
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying is, guys, like,
Us.
I know there's a lot of people out there right now who are just like, wait, exactly.
Guys, what is
Not
that
with your
toilet
chest.
called? Mungai, please check
Ask.
for us what that toilet is called. It has a name.
The toilet,
With like
the
the-
toilet,
Yeah.
the Indian, Arab toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of them, instead of just having the tap spray thingy, they have both. They have the toilet.
Bro, but somebody
and that
needs
car
to
we are
Better
tell
have
me
a car wash
who
down.
decided
What is that thing
this
called?
pressure for the car wash. She's the one
Underwash.
that- you know, like that car wash things. I just
Guys,
it
Yo.
almost chomad my nini. You get-
stop. You'd have left there without a FGM.
You know how like at you're there, oh, that's just my nyash. Paka, you're tasting it in your mouth. The pressure is just too much. It's too much. Who decided this pressure? Come on.
guys, you're
so
finishing me.
guys,
Okay, let's
just
do
to
what it's called.
colonoscopy. You can give yourself a colonoscopy.
Wait, it's actually called an Arab toilet?
No,
No,
is
it has
it's
a
called
name.
it's like it's
Okay,
starts
me,
with a
I'm
B.
seeing a squat toilet. Like, no, as in SQUAT, guys.
Yeah, we got you.
No, they have a name. I don't want to say my own
Underwash.
things.
Car wash.
Let me ask ChatGPT as we continue. What is the
Bidet.
name?
It's called a bidet.
That's That's the name I was looking for. Yeah. Bidet.
It's called a bidet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to use a bidet. So I've always wondered, like, so you're supposed to finish with the toilet and then move to the bidet to wash your business.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the same way, like, guys, what is the toilet lid for?
The toilet?
Lid.
When
To
you're flushing,
close.
you
What's
close it.
Like, most people,
No.
like most houses you go to, that toilet lid is just decoration. You know,
Because
so
some
that's-
of them, they
So
don't even
they
have
don't
it.
have-
You know what I mean? We don't need it.
What is the role of the toilet lid?
And you're supposed to close it when you flush.
Exactly. So that whatever
But-
is in that toilet stays inside that toilet.
Yeah.
And especially if you're from Australia, to make sure that the pythons don't come.
Don't come
No,
out.
so if you ever go to it's gross. If you ever go to someone's toilet and they have, people used to put magazines and books and like whatever in the
Yeah.
toilet.
Yeah.
So if the papers like ever stick together or like the book looks soggy,
Yeah.
that is all the germs from
Yeah, absolutely.
the toilet. So don't touch that thing.
You
Yeah.
know, like when you got like a shit
They're always
education.
stuck together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all nasty.
I found this out a few years ago, guys. So it's either my minyaws are really strong
But how did we
or
make it?
that's what I'm saying.
How
So
did
it's my
we
immune
make it?
system. I'm an alien.
Yeah.
My
'cause
immune system is for
'cause
aliens.
think about
I
it,
survived
right?
all those years
Yeah.
just
It's-
inhaling these germs
It's not even
because I
us.
didn't know.
And
us
these
were
people
even the
knew.
weakest.
Back to air fresheners, like you're not supposed to have magazines there. Like you take the air freshener can and read it. For you to get to know.
That's why they put all
how-
that stuff there. Yeah.
You're supposed to go on and use how you're supposed to use it.
That's how I used to improve my diction. So like when I'm sitting in the my grammar, I'm
You
like,
used to read the air.
Busy.
Methamphetamine. Methamphetamine. I just practice my diction there.
God.
Anyway,
Thank God, like procreation doesn't happen through that side of the thing because some people don't know how to wash their nyash. And
but guys, let me tell you, we have to say the truth. We are the weakest generation that has ever existed since the beginning of man.
Are you saying millennials or Gen Zs?
I'm just talking
Because
about us. If you're on this
millennials
planet,
and
you can
onward.
hear us. It's you I'm talking about. Because think about it, right? Like when the first toilets were made in big cities, right? So I just want, let me paint a picture, right? So wachana before Kwambox was here with your hand. But I want to ask, like the kids who used to write their names on the toilet, what
who used to write their name on the
how,
toilet?
like, you go to the toilet,
Yeah,
public
there's
toilet, like, and
different
someone
names.
has written a name, and you know that's not ink. What are you using?
No, see,
Where
what
did
are
you-
you using something?
Where did you find the
Like-
material?
A coin or a
That's
key?
shit. That's shit. On the wall. Anyway, back in the day,
No.
when the first toilets came, like when they started building cities like Rome and all this, right? The drainage system was that the water would come from up and then it would like there was no anti pumps and what, so things would just the water would come from up heading down. So
Yeah.
like if they had the public toilet, so just basically like a drainage, and then they put like concrete on top, and then it has holes, right? Where
Yeah.
you'd sit on that hole. Like we'd all be seated in the toilet right now.
First of all,
basically.
they learned that shit from Africans. I don't know why they think it was
Thank you
their
so much for
idea.
using shit.
Thanks.
So
No, the drainage system. They
Oh,
learned
really?
it from Africans.
okay, we're not even gonna pick who.
Thanks.
I just want
We
to talk
never
about
used to do it in the bush
us
No,
guys
we
were
have
flying
systems.
toilets.
and using leaves.
Onyango. As you're
I
throwing
mean,
it like
leaves,
this.
yes, but
Now
we had like
pumpkin
a...
leaves.
Yeah.
Mishebebe.
Yeah,
Continue.
and if you use poison ivy, my guy. Like I shouldn't have skipped botanical class. Anyway, so things were thick, my guy.
Yeah.
You can
Hi.
go like an emergency
Stop.
shell, my guy. You've used that plant, the one you are super allergic to now, not only, Hey,
Crazy, yeah.
it's crazy out here. I'm like, pick like this, there's a snake there.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? Like, and people made it. People made it.
That's
When you see a
lot.
30-year-old
I mean?
ancestor at you alikuwa 30.
Mhm.
You need to clap for them. Like, do you know how many
You
things
made
they
it to
skipped?
30, my
Yeah.
guy. You survived. You're a survivor.
But like back in the day, you're talking about how artistry, tissues, toilet seats,
Yeah.
hygiene, air freshener. They just used to sit in these holes, right? You just do your business. And then there used to be a sponge with a stick, right? Where you dip in the water.
Yeah.
And then you just clean your nyash and then you leave it there. And the next person comes,
Yeah, you
uses the same
leave it.
thing. Exactly.
You check your toilet brush, right?
Yeah.
like you see where the place
loofah.
where you put your toilet brush.
Yeah.
So like it's something
So
like
cleaning
that.
your nyash.
As in the amount of UTI that was happening
My
in
guy, just imagine
like it's everywhere.
your sapphires who has just come from visiting the great lands of the Arabs has just come back to thy Rome and has used the toilet and has left defecated. And then he has come, swiped that thing. Then you've come, Sidri, oh, sister, what is that? Oh, are you having the red robin? And then she comes also, swipe. You're all using the same sponge.
Yeah.
My guy, let me tell you, we are the weakest humanity that has ever existed. Nyinyi ka COVID tu kidogo. Ka COVID.
Everybody's dying.
Tu, muna dedi. And guys were using the same sponge. Same sponge. You know, like just imagine that public toilet in Tao. Exactly. Exactly. There's no air freshener. There's no flashing.
There's no toilet paper.
There's nothing. Wachana ku spray. We have come a long way, my guys. We have come a long way. Yeah, we have come a long way. And also, can I just say now that we have exhaustively talked about Akisho mnapenda toilet stuff. You're so shitty with your content.
Because I just remembered a story my friend told me. He was in town one of these days, just these random riots, and then tear gas was thrown. So he went to seek shelter in like the nearest door that he saw was open.
It was a public toilet.
He was like, you should have just stayed where the tear gas was.
Honestly. Yo.
No, let's stop.
Let's move away from the toilet. Let's go to another part of the house. Yo, what crazy stories have you seen? But wait. The question I was asking, like, how come people back then were not at E? Okay, I know we've increased the age of, what's it called? The mortality rate, right? Because, then you could die of like...
Yeah, you could die at like 15. You know what I mean? And you lived a good life.
You know what I'm saying? You could die from a
flu. Yeah.
You could die from a flu.
Yeah, for
okay,
real.
even COVID happened, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, what happened? Someone is telling you, yo, don't use the toilet. Baby, as we're here.
I thought
and they used to shower like once
This one is
every 3 days.
This is public toilets, yeah?
That was
the
nasty.
Caucasians.
Would you ever sit on a public toilet?
No! Would I
you ever
even
sit on a
enter a public toilet?
Would you sit on?
I wouldn't even enter under a public toilet.
Do you know a lot of people sit on public toilets?
What's a public
Anything
toilet?
that's not inside your house
is public.
Yeah,
is a public toilet.
Yeah, it was a mall.
There's people who sit on knees.
Do you go to like, okay.
I don't care if it's been leg day. We're not sitting.
The other day I walk into a toilet and I see this babe just seated and we are seated on the same table. I'm like, sis! Because if I sit on the same table, like having drinks, like we become related for that night, right?
So you saw her sit on the toilet.
Yeah, she left the door open, and I'm like, what? It's like that's guys. Do you know my mom was such a germophobe?
Yeah.
My mom basically gave us PTSD inside our heads for germs, right?
Yeah.
So the idea of seated on a toilet, I can hear her screaming AIDS.
Not AIDS.
I'm a 90s baby, yo. That's when AIDS was like kicking off. The president was mentioning how national disaster, right?
Pandemic.
So my mom was protecting my right? She even sees me at seated on a toilet. She's like, hey, that's it. And it's just a seat. And I have my clothes on.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So looking at this babe peeing, she was like sitting on a pub. I'm like, girl. And then I realized the next babe who entered the toilet as well, and I started to realize, I think babes, okay, well, I don't know about guys, I'm not asking guys. All I've seen them is facing the wall.
Except Kerry.
Yeah, but there's that one. There's always that one guy who goes into the cubicle. Is that guy one guy who goes into the cubicle to do a number 2 for sure, right?
Or number 1.
And he's already the baby's there in the toilet. She's seated there in the restaurant. The guy is in the toilet taking a number 2.
Jeez.
Should prepare for dates.
Because there's people who do it. Like you sit in the toilet in your office, as in that's a public toilet.
Yeah.
And Kwanzaa even using the toilet in the office.
Who taught you?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If your parents never taught you this or made it like, because maybe if your parent is also going to the toilets, public toilets in there, you get.
Yeah.
So for them, they don't see it like it's a big deal until you meet someone and they're like, see, like now this babe,
But
She's
even
not even
still
from
that,
Kenya.
like you never
Every time,
catch a
like,
UTI.
girl,
Yeah, but you see,
for you to learn a
the
lesson.
office,
your
depends on how
ass
big your
has
office is.
become immune. It has seen so much jams.
Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it knows how to
happens.
fight those
That's
jams.
the
You know what I
norm.
mean?
It's like how there are people who drink tap water, right? You drink tap water for a week and see what happens.
Mm.
No, I dare
For
you.
a
I dare
day,
you.
my
I
guy.
dare
Are
you.
you
Just
serious?
drink that tap water and see how your stomach is. Like, oh my God, what is happening?
You know, that's why they even say you need to like expose your kids to like germs so that their immune system knows what to do when it's under
sounds like an
attack. You know
Omo ad.
what I
Well,
mean?
that's
Sounds
like
like
what?
Omo.
Yeah,
No, I'm being
I know,
serious.
right?
That is good.
Let
No,
them
I'm
eat
by
that when
Omo.
they're kids.
That's what I'm asking you. All these years of us not putting the toilet lid down, we should be dead. But we're not. It's because our body learned how to fight those germs.
Maybe you're just
You know
towards
what
the
I
tail
mean?
end of your life. It has lowered.
People are wishing death
No,
on
honestly,
me,
I'm
guys,
just
as
telling
I'm
you
seated
guys.
here.
There are things you can't
They're
do.
wishing
you know?
death on me.
Like you can imagine, like back in the day, you know, like that esophagus has used the toilet. I'm just thinking about Roman. Esophagus has used the toilet, right? And he has a big boil in his nyash, right? Doesn't mean the whole town ends up with that boil.
Some will,
Yeah.
some won't.
No, they
That's
all
all
get
I'm
it.
saying.
Like, that's how they were getting
They
it.
all get
I'm
it.
telling
It just
you,
becomes a normal
some
thing.
will, some won't. Because some people's immune system is stronger than others. Just genetics, nutrition, all of those things.
But see, these were the
But
same
your body
Romans.
will learn how to fight those things.
These were the same Romans who were using crocodile poop as contraceptive.
My guy,
Yeah, like dried crocodile dung.
As condom.
No. Condom used to be like, I think, intestines or something.
I heard about that.
But,
like goat skin.
but they used
Goat
to have
intestine.
like the dried crocodile. It's a fact. You can go on and Google
Inside
it.
there, where?
Yeah, see the babe now. You go on and
I
put it.
put crocodile poop inside me.
Yes, and then
Eh.
you don't get pregnant.
It's
As
okay.
in, you're
know
not
another-
getting pregnant because you're sick.
You know the surest way of not getting pregnant?
Don't have sex.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, we've come a long way. So I know that there's somebody who's learned a lot about the toilet. And
Yeah, we're very
have you
big on
asked yourself
hygiene
where
on
there's
this
like
podcast,
footprints
clearly.
on a toilet seat?
Oh, I've seen that. We once had a household who used to stand.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, she'd
Guys!
see mama on top of the nini. I remember my mom causing.
Yeah. I'm telling you, these things were not taught. You just come
She'd
out here
stand on
until
top
you
of
marry.
the seat.
Until you marry someone and then you're like, babe,
And then now, so she stand
What
on top
are you
of the seat
doing?
and pee everywhere.
you see? Yeah. So these are actual things. Nobody teaches you this thing. There's nothing like, okay, class, today we're going to talk. No, there's nothing. So you come out of your house. The only thing they bothered to give us information about which we didn't need was uniform, you know? And these are things you could have figured out. But what's happening in private, that's the part where you need to,
That house girl was like, today I'm going to show you my talent. That's what she did.
Yo, so what have you seen?
Yeah, so moving on swiftly, since we like talking about certain body parts of the human beings, okay? There's this lady who is suing an IVF clinic because she gave birth to the wrong baby.
What do you mean give
How?
birth to the wrong baby?
So she went in, the usual, oh, I want to have a baby. I'm assuming she's single because there was no mention of like a partner in her life. I want to have a baby. You go through the IVF process, it successfully fertilized. They do the IVF full-term pregnancy. And then just for reference, she's Caucasian. And then she gives birth and her baby is black. Not
Wow.
tan. Not, what do you call it? Hawaiian white.
Hawaiian whites.
The baby didn't have a great tan. The baby was black. And she finds out that she gave birth to another couple's baby. The
I hope she's
embryo
suing.
was not hers. Yeah, she's suing them. The embryo was not hers. It belongs to the couple. So the conundrum here is no one but the clinic is on the wrong because there's no way I can see myself going through that entire process, especially choosing IVF. Like you've run out of options. You're seeing dating is not working for you, but you still want to have kids. There's no partner in your life, but you still want to have kids. IVF is not an easy process. It's rare. Okay, not rarely. There's a small percentage of it being successful and like full term. And there's a lot that could go wrong with IVF. So you go through all of that, bond with your baby for 9 months in the stomach. And then a couple comes and tells you, that's my baby. I will fight that couple. I will throw hands. Ma'am, I'm not giving up that baby. But at the same time, imagine if that's the only viable option for the couple. Because like I said, the embryos, not all of them fertilized successfully. So what if that was their only child?
So where they are right now, has she returned the baby?
No, she hasn't returned the baby. She's doing the
You can't
clinic.
return
Me, I'm not
baby.
returning the baby. It's
How
mine.
would you?
I don't care if I'm whiter than white and my baby looks like Kunta Kinte. I'm keeping it. It's mine. I've bonded with it. What would you do? I mean, no one is on the wrong apart from the clinic. But it can't be an easy situation for either of them.
That's mad,
the couple
man.
or the woman.
As in, wow. Yeah. And then, the thing is, she only noticed because the baby was black.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If the baby was white, she wouldn't have.
Shouldn't have noticed.
I guess.
She just grow up and be like, why is this baby has asthma?
You notice, but then you're just like...
There's no history of it in my household.
Donor, you know what I mean? Maybe because there's a lot you don't know about your sperm donor. All you know is that they're healthy, they don't have any birth defects, yada, yada, yada. And you don't know how their family looks like.
You pick, you say...
Yeah, exactly. But what if they ended up taking some recessive gene from the sperm donor side? You don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because the sperm donor could be blonde, but your child has red hair. It's a huge possibility that they picked it up as a recessive gene if they were white, So I don't know.
My question is, honestly, you know how, like you said, IVF is hectic. I know a couple of people who've gone through IVF, 3-4 rounds, unsuccessful, right? And the one who's successful, they tell you it was on their 5th round.
Man, even
it's
just
quite
the
expensive.
embryo fertilizing is
quite
such
expensive.
a huge deal. Yeah.
And then after this whole process, there's a baby, and then you're telling me the baby's not mine. It can be hectic. But I just want to flip. Just think about you're the couple who had watched your egg in the clinic,
and then somebody used it.
And then now you're getting the quality. So what happened was
you have a baby. I'm like, yeah, I know. I have an embryo. And I'm like, no.
Where is my baby? And thank you so much for making me not go through the whole pregnancy and stuff.
Really appreciate that.
Right? But it can be hectic.
And she was a surrogate, but she didn't
she
ask
didn't know.
for it.
Yeah. Basically.
Because the baby basically wasn't hers.
Yeah.
But also,
but
guys,
still hers.
But let me ask you, I think it's because it's white and the baby is black. If it was vice versa.
Still, there's no way as a melanated person I'm giving back to a white baby.
Mtoto mwenye najua tu maisha yake itakuwa fiti.
White.
So the place where they got it wrong was the donor. It was her egg.
Yeah, it was her egg.
Okay, so then the baby's mixed.
I feel like it was her embryo.
Yeah.
It was fertilized with the sperm donor's sperm.
Yeah.
And they were told, here we have a fertile child to put in your uterus. She was like, cool. Turns out it was a black baby.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, but the idea of going through that whole pregnancy again. Hey.
I'm not giving up that baby. I'm being dead serious. I'm not.
But there are things which
that baby is gonna grow up confused. Yeah,
right?
Wow.
That's that's the world we live in. When I was at Toi, there was this class called Family. Right? I think it was, I can't remember which subject it was, but they teach
you bio. Bio is where we learn genetics.
The family.
Nuclear,
father, mother,
family.
And even at that point, it was we'd be in the playground, we're like, where's your daddy?
How come it's only your mom who drives you in school?
Milk.
And your mom who comes to pick you up?
And then I think slowly they start to learn, okay, you can't start teaching at your own mother, father. You gotta diversify it. And then say there are others who don't have mommies and there are others who don't have daddies, Yeah. And we're used to it. So in that time for IVF, they'll just be like, all right, there's the normal kids, there's the IVF.
Tube babies.
Tube babies. Tube
babies. Come to the front.
It will be normal. In fact, they'll be like, we're not hanging out with normies.
That's no mommies.
No, normies are the normal
normies
ones.
like the normal birth. As we are tube babies.
Ati?
They'll be a gang for tube babies. You know what I mean?
It's so hectic.
No, because do you know how many women are actually opting to just have kids by themselves because they're disappointed with the stop. So, I'm trying not to indulge
I'm just laughing
your
at the work at
nonsense.
Jesus family. Guys, let me tell you something. You know how
what they were Jesus
if you ask your parents,
You've not seen the birthing vlog?
If you ask your parents right now.
Please don't tell me she showed her birth canal on the internet.
Bro,
I haven't seen it, but I'm told.
You know how
she showed her birth canal on the internet.
You chill first, I tell you this story.
Okay.
You know how when you ask your parents right now, you're like, Mom, Ebu, tell me the earliest memories you have of me. Wewe ulikuwa kasumbufu. Then your auntie tells you, hiyo ilikuwa brother yake. they've not really crammed like everything.
Yeah.
If they didn't write it down or take
Yeah.
videographic evidence. I mean, if you're a millennial, like chances are some of your photos are when you're 13. And
You know what
before
I mean?
whatever
Yeah.
happened before you're 13, you're
I'm those guys who used to like pita in the estate. Pita,
Yeah.
and they used to come
know-
like special.
You know, there's a housewife who was so addicted to
You
you,
and-
she carried all your photos.
You and Jesus same was up because Jesus, he was born in a manger and then boom,
12 years.
he's
Like
12.
3 years
He's
later.
33.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
So that's what was happening. This is it's exactly what was going down. But then there were Jesus' family. They'll be like, no, I remember it was like that. I just came out and then there was cameras, right? The last thing I remember, there was cameras. Like, that's how I arrived on Earth. Like, these guys actually,
Guys.
their content is everything.
Guys, she showed her birth
No,
canal
okay, well, she didn't like show
to the
birth-
world.
She didn't show the birth canal, but like you see, it's like he's watching and then we're watching his face. I mean, we can see what he's seeing. You get?
Yeah, and
Yeah. it's
where
crazy.
was Mungai, like the Mungai in that episode, because there's a guy manning the
Unajua
lights.
imagine umepigiwa simu ati yo kuna kazi wapi? Tunaenda Kenyatta. Kwani nini happen? Kuna kibathing maze. Bathing sawa. Na kam nibebe nini? Beba kikamera.
Camera, lights,
Then you get
nini.
there, unaambiwa weka kamera hapo wako. Okay, where's the actor? Ndio huyo anakuja. Oh, wow, that looks legit. Then the next thing you see an actual head popping.
You know what would
Now
have been
unaambiwa
epic?
zoom.
What would have been epic if they didn't go to, I don't know what hospital they went to, but if they went to this hospital, where is it? The Kakuma Mission Hospital.
Which one? Man.
That should be the name.
Takes you a while.
I see you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, those people
Get out.
like their content, I hear their content is about babies. Like pregnancy babies, giving birth, pregnancy babies. It's anyway, everybody
Sometimes
has their
I feel like
niche.
they just have babies for content.
Everybody
creation
has their
purposes,
niche.
Honestly.
I think it's working for them. I saw the audience was really very happy with the content, so I can't say much except.
So they were just recording her over there, just screaming and
yeah.
They should
and
move to
the whole
OnlyFans
process.
and then be like, "Hi guys, today we're going to
exclusive
make a
consent
baby."
of my
Yeah, because guys are like now what they want next is the how conceiving.
Conception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceive it, want to see how you do it. That's how can you top? And they always say you're always as good as your last show.
Yeah.
So like what can you do next? You have to stick around.
Ta-da!
stick around to find out.
It's gonna be crazy.
Family.
You, what have you seen?
Still on babies, man. Like I saw a story of a woman who gave up her baby because the husband was like, it's either me or the child. And she was like, you know what? I'd give up the child for adoption. So this is what had
Rewind
happened.
selector.
She cheated.
Uh-huh.
And then after she cheated, she actually came clean and told the husband, I cheated on you and I'm sorry. And let's work on it. Let's do therapy. Went on, like they did everything. And then she ends up pregnant. So now when she did, they were like, the husband was like, you have to do a DNA test because now I don't know whether it's my child or it's your clandestine child. They went on and tested and the husband was not the father of the child. So he was like, it's either me or the child. I can't raise someone else's baby. Do you know she gave that baby up for adoption?
No, she didn't.
She did.
No, she
To keep
didn't.
her marriage.
No, she did not.
I swear. And then she went on and said like she chose her husband.
No, she did not.
Yeah. Either me or the child. She went on and chose
But
her
that's
husband.
such
I saw this story. I was like,
that's a very sticky place to find yourself.
What do you mean?
Because I mean, just think about it. Like, would you, if you're trying to move forward and you have the evidence, you get of your infidelity. If there's something you can do about it, I think
Then maybe that marriage wasn't meant to be. You're going to give up an entire.
I know of people who have been,
Do you
but
believe
it's
in
not
choice?
the same.
Do you
It's
believe
not
in
the
someone
same.
having their choice to decide whether they want to have a baby or not? Let's start
Yes.
there. So if you have this choice and you're seeing, for us to be able to move forward with this person who I had, if we stay with this child, it's going to be very difficult to do this journey together.
Yeah.
But if I get rid of this baby, then we can be able to move forward. Like it's like, okay, let's flip it. Let's imagine your man, right, has gone and cheated on you, right? And then he comes and tells you, babe, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then a few months later, a baby shows up. Will it be easy for you to walk away from that scenario if there was no baby or when there's an actual baby?
When there's no baby.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Because
so I'm not saying that I agree with
But
how they
yeah.
handled it, but I'm just saying, just imagine if the option is there for the baby to not be there, right? I kind of understand why they would choose that direction for saving the marriage. But my only concern would be that if that's not what she wanted to do for herself, if she wanted to have this baby and she's only doing this for not having the baby for this man, she might regret it.
And where is the clan in all of this? The clan wanted nothing to do with the child either, or what?
Yeah,
the side nigga, the one she cheated with.
She was the one who was telling the story, so I don't know.
I want to know where the clan was, because even you, what's wrong with you?
Because whoever that baby is probably having a better life, you know? If it was adopted and like has got loving adoptive parents.
What if they
it's way
don't
better,
get loving adopting parents and end up in the foster system?
Yeah.
Them up for life.
The other way, you've seen people being mistreated by like their step parents. Like you've got evil stepmother, evil stepdad.
Those are just terrible human beings.
Yeah, it's
it has
because
nothing to do with the child.
Your step parent treats you badly because to them,
reminder of infidelity.
They're just like, your mom went and cheated. That's why we have you. So
why
you
are you
go
punishing
to the
the child?
Your siblings, your step siblings go on to a different school. So probably maybe the baby's getting a better life.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope.
This is what I think. If a couple does not want to have the kid, to force that kid on them is actually more detrimental to the kid's growth than, because you're always a reminder of, you can imagine growing up in that house and every time they're just like, just like your mother, you're being told about a father who you didn't even know, So if there's an option for you to have a better life away from this, And the other day, I saw a video of a woman who approached this other woman in the supermarket and she started telling her, hey, are you so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Did you give up a child? Well, I'm the child. And this woman was so furious. She was like, why are you coming to tell me? This was a closed adoption, right?
Guys.
And then it got me thinking, right? Because the way she handled the whole situation, I said,
that wasn't great.
Because honestly, if I've given you up, for example.
Yeah, and it's closed and I was like,
because we usually look at it from the perspective of the child, right? But for example, I've seen scenarios like, if somebody has been raped, would you advise them to keep the child?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Right? If they don't want it, honestly, I can't convince you to
facts. Yeah.
Because it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And I've seen people who've been raised by and their situation was rape.
Victims of rape.
And they say that
situation,
their mother was just victimizing them and resenting. You are a reminder of that moment, right? So I'm not saying that there's a right way or there's a wrong way, but every single person that's a player in this, and in life we're all dealt,
some fucked up cards, man.
Crazy cards, right? So I wouldn't say that it would be best for the child to grow up in this household, or it would have been best if they were raised in but I think it starts with the parents. If the parents know that they don't want, you are looking at your situation on hakuna place ya mtoi hapa, and there's the option of giving them up for adoption. I don't know. I think the adoption direction.
Yeah, the baby's probably. That's when I saw that story and immediately thought of that. Like, I hope, they're having a better life than what could have been if they stayed.
That's rough, man.
And then also,
you see why it's not good to play games when you have,
you have a lot to
because
lose.
Because like now, just imagine you go out there, you go get pregnant, and then you have to come back at your husband. Okay, I'll do this for you. Then a child was not even involved in this shit.
Aki is suffering.
Suffering because of your
and then
your
the marriage maybe even ends up not working out because chances are things like that
don't work. He's not gonna get over it. If he's telling you to give up the child, he's not gonna get over it easily.
Yeah, if you're given ultimatums, or you either do this or do this, or we break up, and then you go on and do it, and you get back together, it's never gonna work out.
Because especially if it's something you don't want, like you want to keep the kid, but then you're just doing this for the husband. I don't think it will work because the resentment will grow. And there's nothing as resentment. Wow. Yeah, that one.
One small fight to go and just remind you, like, this is what happened.
Ish.
Crazy.
That's a mess, man.
Crazy.
It's a goddamn mess.
Anyway, moving on swiftly to kids who are not wanted, to kids who are overly wanted. Can I even use that word?
What's overly wanted?
Overly.
So there's this post I saw about...
Who's overly wanted? Last bones?
There's this post I saw about...
There's no last
I have a
one,
question.
What?
Who's loved more? Last bones, middle children, or first bones?
Last bones.
And why?
Because they can do no wrong. We've already shown as firstborns, we've already shown our parents all the dust.
But you see, last ones also can suffer the scourge of being the last one in the house.
Yeah.
So you end up being the, like the assistant. You get all the other kids probably, especially if you're like a last born. Like that one where the parents were having too much fun one day. Then, and now the gap between the last one and the actual last one is like 15
like 17
years.
years.
You're growing up by yourself in the house. You're like literally on watch.
Yeah.
Right? Your mom's handbag.
No, but you have a good life because most of your siblings are like, you have more than one person to send you money.
More than one parent.
Yeah,
You have,
you've
like,
got more than one parent.
if you have
And
good
then-
siblings.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true, actually.
Yeah, because you can have many older siblings who are all trash.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
No, firstborns, that's where secondary guardians. You know what I mean? So I feel like lastborns get it the best because we've been the guinea pigs, we have been the trial guardians, we have been everything. All the dust that you can show your parents, we showed them first. Okay?
Firstborns are those babies where, like, even from the time you're a child, you've got hiccups, you cry, you're taken to the hospital, like they're panicking. 'cause the
Yeah,
parents don't
that's
know
true. They've never
anything
done this before.
about raising a baby.
Yeah.
Middle child, I mean, they've got some training. Lastborns, mwache ali atakuwa sawa.
But
Hata kufa.
Ako sawa.
Sawa.
it depends. The first kid, the parents could have been like, we don't know. It's trial and error. Like, you remember that time they almost died? You don't know how many
And
times
we didn't know they
died.
almost died.
We work at uni, then we were told that their kids are not supposed to consume that. Then you're doing this one.
It's too late. Take them to hospital now or they die.
Like you see that way. They need their head. Where your head is, you weren't born like that.
Because you almost
one day
died.
did this. You got stuck on the ceiling.
Had to rush into the hospital.
So the second child is in there like, where?
Yeah.
Remember
what you did? That's what I mean. We're guinea pigs. We're actual guinea pigs, my guy. But anyway, I feel
hit us up in the comment section. Who do you think is the
Love
most loved
yeah.
child? Speak from your own household,
Yeah.
right? Which child do you think your parents?
It's either the
truly
middle
love?
child or the lastborn, I think.
I don't think it's the firstborn. See, tunakuanga tu secondary guardians.
Yeah.
Me, I think the firstborn is the one.
Or
No, in the
either
beginning,
if you're the only babe or the only guy, yeah, that works.
Yeah. If I think it's the firstborn because that's where the parents have been. But they even love the baby smell. They're like, kitu tumenusa. But then the second one comes, they're like, hey, tumezoea, come on. This one doesn't even smell nice like the other one.
No, in the beginning, yes, you're coddled and all of those things because like they've never had a kid before. I'm like, oh my God, this precious gift of a human being.
Yeah.
But as soon as like the last one comes, they're like, it's your turn. We took care of you. Come and take care of this one. You know, yeah.
And if your
in
parents...
the beginning, yes, they'll go above and beyond. Your first birthday party is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
You're just seeing pictures, even though you don't remember. Everything was so big and like we kept a baby alive for a year.
Yeah.
Yay. So in the beginning, yes. But as the other siblings begin to come, you become an assistant.
Yeah, and most firstborns, your parents have you when they had not prepared. Like, or rather, by preparing, I mean they were not ready.
You're a love baby.
No,
Yeah.
I was
I
prepared
really
for. I
love
don't know
baby.
about y'all,
They were not ready.
but I was
ready.
prepared
I really
for.
love baby.
Yeah,
Is
it
that
was
what-
either the like
Me, I
new
was
job, newlywed,
Yeah.
like
Those are the ones I think who are loved. The ones who are like, oops, babies. Those are the ones who are loved. The ones who are planned for. It's like according to the
So you're
plan.
just saying I'm not loved.
Yeah,
It's okay.
no. I mean, I'm just telling you what I've seen. Yeah,
Makes sense.
but you know who's not loved?
Who?
You know which kid is not loved?
Who?
If you don't look like your mom or your dad.
Yeah.
Uni wa nani huyu?
Because
Uni wa nani?
your dad doesn't even recognize you, man. Like, you don't look like mine, And then the mom is also
Everybody's short, but you are tall.
like the
That's
Or the
different. At
other
least you
way
can look
around.
alike. You can look alike.
Like
Look
you-
alike is
Yeah.
important.
you look like someone's third uncle. Some random there ati anakaa wetu. Nakumbuka ule uncle ule mwenye alikufa. that kid is not loved. Ile too real talk. Like, if you don't look
You have
like
to go
anyone in
looking
your...
for pictures to be like, who you? This one.
You're like a conjunction, but nani hapa. You can't see and nani. But like you don't have,
and then they start looking at other pictures and features. They're like, if you look, ukiangalia mapua ama ukiangalia mguu. Hiyo mguu ni
hiyo cheek.
Magoti.
And then is not loved. Oh yeah. Trying to find
something.
Yeah, you were telling us about babies.
Yeah, I was talking about overly loved children. There's this post I saw about a girl who was saying she slept over at the boyfriend's house in the mother's house, which is so unheard of in an African
She
household.
slept in the boyfriend's house.
No, that means boyfriend's place, but the boyfriend still lives with the mother.
So
there's nothing wrong with that.
He'd be allowed to bring girls to the house.
Oh, you used to be allowed to bring girls to the house to sleep?
Yes.
Okay,
the mommy
not
served
to
them breakfast.
To do what?
Not to sleep, not breakfast. She'd serve us food. Not to sleep, not sleep over.
Girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I forgot your mom has met all your girlfriends. It's okay.
Yeah.
She's
like
every single one of them. You're like, wow, you're
they'd
such a
come
good
through,
doing
we hang out, spend the day, everything, not sleeping over. Yeah, she'd bring food.
That's where we draw
but I'm
the
pretty
line.
sure if you brought it up, your mom would have been like, yeah, sure, this is my daughter-in-law.
It's dark.
And she's told like 10 of
they
them
used to sleep sometimes, but nobody in the house would know. Like that's when you sneak in food, like as if she's a prisoner in your room. Pole too. It's like one plate.
We had
one plate goes.
no
the
locked
serving
doors.
is like this, and then she can share 2 plates.
Honestly, when your person goes to serve dinner, and me, I've been that person, the one in the room. Right?
How did you guys used to do it? Because us, we had like a no locked doors policy. My mom could walk into my room at any time and she found the door locked, she'd be pissed.
Yeah. So this was...
How did you guys used to do
because
it?
she probably thought
before you had
boys
broken
in
the
your
law.
room.
I did it.
This was before you had broken the
In
law.
fact, all my friends are the ones who had... But bro, do you know, my one of my friends in high school was the first one to give me a mini skirt. I didn't even know how to dress like a girl. And she's the one who was worried the most about me. I'm like, do you know what my friends are doing? They're giving me mini skirts because we're going to meet boys and me, I just want to wear baggy clothes.
Anyway, let's all be honest. Like, I think we all once told our parents, I can't believe you think that of me. And if you knew what my friends were doing, all of us. So
mine
I want
was
to
not
ask,
true though.
which friends are these?
No, mine was...
Because
no,
everybody's
all of us
pointing
were like,
fingers. No, that friend.
Guys, mine was for true and my friends can even tell you. I actually even used to be the designated driver because I was the only friend who never used to drink. And my mom was so worried about me. I'm like, do you know what these prostitutes are doing out here that I call my friends?
As long as you're not in your mom's house and you're not a boy, you're a prostitute. If it is designated time for being in the house and you're not in the house not because you're in church, not because you're in school, not because you are in your auntie's house, you're just somewhere where she has not approved. Prostitute.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my friends can even vouch for me. The first time I went to a Sarit Center by myself, hata kupanda matatu ilikuwa shida. Okay? Me, I showed up to the hangout. I showed up to the hangout in like, it was the 2000s. I showed up in like my baggy clothes, nini. They're like, just what are you wearing? So I was like, see, we're going to the mall. They're like, no, we're going to meet Akina Sri Brayo. I'm like, okay. And they're like, no, you can't go dressed like that. I'm like, why? So they gave me a mini skirt. By the way. Anyway,
now
I
that means you're actually like a really good liar.
No, I wasn't.
Strict parents make the best liars.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
about my whereabouts, yes, but not about my behaviors. Me, I was a good girl. Anyway,
wearing deras to choboka the house and then...
In hindsight, have you ever met a babe who was like, me, I was a mess, yeah? Me, I was a mess. My parents.
No, I was a mess after.
Everything they suspected, correct? Have you ever met a babe who said that?
No.
That's true, but you'll have friends who say the opposite. My friends will back me. But anyway, I digress. So there's this post I saw about this girl who slept over at the boyfriend's place, who still lives with the mother, and the mother was waking her up to make her son breakfast. She's like, yo, that's your man's. Can you wake up? And
did she do it?
Of course, I don't know. I don't remember how the story ended, but guys are like, "Oh my God, what would you do in such a situation?" And I'm like,
put on my shoes and
I feel
leave.
like that's such a big red flag when it comes to mama's boys, because like there's a difference between men who have a good relationship with their mothers and mama's boys.
Yeah,
because what the f- is that?
Okay, so check this. If you go to your boyfriend's house, you don't even go to the kitchen and help out.
With the mom?
Yeah, if food is being made and mom is doing something, be like, oh, you're doing this, let me do this.
But me, I don't go to my boyfriend's house if they live with their mother.
I said if.
I go start helping the mom.
Yeah.
Me, I don't go to
Before I came to this house. If you wanted to date the help.
No, it's not like
No, helping out is
you've never had
different.
stories
No,
of,
I've ever had this.
you know how
Mgeni mkumpokea. Kumbe ni kujitolea.
No, the first time, yes,
Helping
you're a
out
guest.
is
And then
different,
after that,
but-
because there's stories of if you visit your man's famo, let's say it's Christmas, like you're in Shags, and then, or there's a barbecue going on, and you're being told you are the one who's going to make the kachumbari. And then there's another babe who'll be told, you make,
Washa
ugali.
moto.
Oh yeah, pika jiko, or washa jiko, or nini,
Ain't gonna do
tengeneza
it.
matumbo.
No.
Like, you actually know like where they've like
Yeah,
arrived
they
to.
don't think you're hot, babes.
Yeah.
Honestly. If they tell you to wash out, then you go.
I don't care because helping out is different than being told what to do. It's very different. I'll be there and do my best to help out in the kitchen. And it's not like I've slept over. Si nimeletwa. It's like, uyu ndio mutu wangu. Nimemuleta nini wazazi. That's fine. But being woken up by your mom to make breakfast
Go
for
make
you.
breakfast.
That's crazy.
That's great. That's such a red flag when it comes to mama's boys. And I feel like mama's boys are the worst species of men to date because they haven't outgrown their emotional attachment from their mother. So how are they supposed to pick you?
Yeah,
If
No,
they're always
it's
going to
more
pick
like
their
the mother
mom?
has not like let go of
It's
the
a
son.
two-way
Whatever
thing.
incestuous,
It's a two-way
whatever is
thing.
going on there, it needs to stop with you.
Yeah.
Because I think by the time your mom has come to talk to me, right, in that way, I think there's a line that has been crossed.
You know?
I think maybe the guy hasn't set boundaries.
Facts.
And that's why, like there's this thing I always say, if you introduce me to somebody or invite me to somewhere, it doesn't automatically mean I'm going to come. Why? Because I don't know what these people think of you.
Right.
And if I come through you, then they say birds of a feather.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just the same way in this scenario, your mom is looking at me in some type of way because of how you've handled this whole situation. Are you sneaking girls up in your room without her has she told you not to bring people here and you're still bringing them? And so now she feels so disrespected to a point she's coming to disrespect you because that's technically what it is. Like, why are you coming to tell me to start making breakfast for your son? It means how rate.
Exactly.
Right? And if that's what the kind of arrangement we needed to have, then she shouldn't be coming to tell me. It should be something that's like an unspoken rule and like I should just bring myself downstairs. But to wake me up, I can't make breakfast
My guy.
I'm just like, girl, actually, thank you so much for waking me up because I have an appointment.
I actually need to go.
What
I
if
need
you're
to go
told
to my
serve?
nails.
What if you're told
Thank you,
serve for
bye-bye.
him? Like
That's crazy. That's toxic.
You
So.
still
You see,
would
now
do
that
it.
one, I don't have to be told. Something like serving your man's a plate is not a big deal. But if I'm the one
be
who's
told.
out there
Yeah.
doing it, I'm
Go
like,
on and
oh,
do
do you
it.
want
Yeah.
me to serve you? Because it would be vice versa. It's not just me. If he's going to serve himself, so like, do you want anything? Should I make you a plate? I'm like, yes, thank you. But being told, that is such a red flag when it comes to like mama's boys behavior.
Because
Those
No, but
guys
that's
are
the
not-
mom's problem. It's not
It's
not
his
the
problem
guy.
'cause
So you
he's not
shouldn't
set
brand
the
him a mama's
boundaries.
The
boy.
fact
He's
that
not
your
set
mom,
the
I think they need to make a
boundaries.
term. Nini.
the fact
No.
that your mom is
He's not set-
addressing,
Son's mom.
Yeah. Oh.
the fact that she's come out, you are not the one who's addressing me now. It's her who's addressing.
Yeah.
She's the one wearing pants in this relationship.
You know what I mean?
In this relationship,
her
where
house.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The fact that
Okay, so who are you going to marry, your mother or your
Here's
girlfriend?
the
You're just going
question.
to sit there as your mom talks to your girlfriend like that?
let's just reverse to the point where
As in,
So you check your mom.
no, you
Yes,
set
yes.
boundaries.
here's the conversation, right? It doesn't matter what has happened, but what should have been. By the time your mom is addressing me, it means you don't exist. You get? It's like you're just the kifaranga
My
there,
guy.
and now I'm the person. She's the one wearing the pants in this relationship because she can address me. That means you and her don't have a decent relationship. Your relationship is still her and child.
Yeah.
It's not
He's
that
a man,
she sees
baby.
you as a man.
Yeah, you're
She
a
doesn't
baby.
see you as a man. The fact that she skipped you, now she's talking to me.
Yeah.
My guy, there's a part where you've been skipped. You get? But in a decent scenario, she should be able to call your side and speak to you about whatever. You know, like if you invite your friends over to your house, right? You're doing maybe a lunch, blah, 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 at your mom's house.
Yeah.
Which is a long time ago, I can't even remember. But yeah. If your mom feels some type of way about like maybe something your friend is doing, does she come and just say, hey, stop putting your shoes? No. She calls you. Because in that scenario, she's respecting you enough to be able to pass the information to you so that you go and disseminate to your friends.
Exactly.
But if you want to know your mom has now not rated you, when she walks into that living room and says, why would you be putting it's time to move. Why? Because she doesn't see you as an adult.
You're a child.
Okay, so
You
now,
get? So even the fact that she's coming to address your girlfriend, as in she's basically sending a message to you, you're not a man. You're not
you're
a
a
man
child.
enough. And at that point, you should move out.
Yeah, but I don't think that brands that guy as a mama's boy
It does.
because it just shows the mom is authoritative. What a mama's boy would have done or how I think that term needs to be used. Like in that same analogy, your mom, like if you're a guy, your mom goes on and tells you that, addresses you and tells you that this is what needs to be done. And then me, I come and tell you, mama said you go and serve me. Then that's a mama's boy.
No, it's not.
That
You're
part,
getting
that second
it.
part,
You're getting it wrong.
But
You
but
are
the
being
mom telling
treated
you,
like
go
a
on and do
child.
it.
The reason why I'm calling him a mama's boy is because he's being treated like a child.
So now,
like he
it's
doesn't
Listen to her.
exist in the equation. You can imagine if you're with a 5-year-old, okay, and I am the adult. There are two adults in this conversation. The child is not part of that conversation. I'm telling you, do this for this child.
Exactly.
Like you're the child, you're the 5-year-old in that conversation. Like your input is not allowed. Decisions are being made for you. How is that supposed to make you feel like a man?
And remember,
if you're
this
not being a man
is
child.
you
have zero say.
It starts with like when your parent comes to talk at PTA, right? And then the adults start talking. Right? You know what's happening.
Yeah,
the
the
payer
child,
of
you
the
shut
school
up.
fees,
You listen to the
payer
adults.
of the school fees,
Yeah.
and the person who's being paid the school fees to pass the information. Those are the only two people. You are not being asked. So what's the problem?
input.
You are not in the same category as these two individuals.
Imagine.
You are beneath them. So in this same scenario, by the time the mom is coming to address the girlfriend, she's looking at the girlfriend. Basically, she's addressing you and the girlfriend at this lower level where she has put you.
My guy.
You get? And me as your girlfriend, as much as I respect your mom, all this stuff starts with, am I dating a boy or am I dating a man?
A man, yeah.
And if it's a boy, this is what I expect. The mom is
It's a
even telling us
telltale
that,
sign.
yo, go and make for him breakfast. And I'm like, I'm dashing down. I'm the back door and I'm out. Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
do you
making
expect?
breakfast.
Like in that scenario, if he wasn't a mama's boy, he'd be like, "No, mom, you can't say that. You go serve the breakfast."
First
So
of
that's
all,
someone
that
who's
scenario
Should
would
never.
never happen. Because as much as I love and respect you as my mother, when I bring a woman, okay, that I intend to marry, you are not part of this marriage. I need to back her. Okay. And if you move disrespectfully, even as my parent, you can lovingly tell your parent, hey, please, kindly, let's not have. That's what setting boundaries
Exactly.
is. People think setting boundaries with your parents is being disrespectful. You think just because someone is older than you, they can just tell you what to do 24/7. And you're like, okay, you're a 30-year-old man and you're still being told what to do by your mom. And you think that's respect? That's being a mama's boy. And because at the end of the day, you're going to start a family with me, not your
So
mother.
what constitutes being a mama's boy?
For
Like
number one,
you've said, being
you
told
shouldn't
what
be
to do.
bringing babes to your mom's house.
Yeah, you should not be in that house if you're bringing
The
babes,
first thing,
honestly.
like you see, in African context, and I know this sounds like a joke, but like if you look at
Yeah.
like African context, especially like guys from Nyanza, Western, right? You see, reach a certain age, as soon as you're circumcised, you have to jenga your Simba.
Yeah.
So that this to disrespect don't
Never
happen.
happens.
If you bring the girl to your mom's house, everybody knows fahali wawili hawawezi ishi zizi moja.
Exactly.
Which basically means there's a way I, as a woman, want to live my life,
Yeah.
right? And if I have to be under the instructions of another woman,
It's not going
then
to work.
that's the one who's wearing the pants in this
Yeah.
relationship, right? And that's why you have to have your own house, your own space, right? So that you can, even if it's me waking up to go to your kitchen to Nini, I don't have to be told, right? I'm not coming into a space. If she's the one making and you see with mama's boys, it's the mother and the wife who are constantly in communication.
Yeah.
They are running your life. You have no what's the word?
There like
you
a
don't
child.
make decisions. It's your mom who tells you should do this, and she talks to your wife to be able to prop you to make that decision. And that's just an unhealthy relationship between you and your mom.
Yeah.
Not saying that something wrong. I mean, if you want to be single, you should definitely do that. Or if you want to get a wife who her main mission is just to
appease your mother,
to your mother, right? She doesn't even need to do anything to you. She can go to your mom and say, "This guy
like,
needs
what
to
should
do
I
this."
do for your
Your mom
son?
will make you do that.
So where do you draw the line? If the mom is like, your mom raised you as a guy.
Yeah.
Your mom raised you. So it gets to some things that your mom definitely knows, or this is how you like something to be done. So if the guy's mom goes on and tells you, no, you're doing it wrong, he likes it like this.
You see, it's such things, which already are a problem. And
so you
that's
haven't told her? You haven't told your girlfriend how you like
because I'm
things
trying
to be done?
nice.
No. You haven't told
so
your
you
girlfriend.
think your mom passing this information is being nice?
You have been dating your girlfriend and she still doesn't know how you like things because you haven't told her?
Think of it like this.
You haven't told her?
Would you be okay if the dad, right? See, even us were raised by dads.
Yeah.
My dad is the one who's telling you, she likes being in a Lamborghini.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, what are you doing
My
here if
daughter
you don't have a
actually
Lamborghini?
doesn't like to live in Langata. She wants to stay in Runda. Would you take that? See, that's a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
but what
So
I'm
you
saying...
have to
I
draw
actually
the
don't
boundaries.
see anything wrong with
What
that.
you
Daddy's
have
girl.
to
It's
do
just like
is
now the term mama's boy has
don't even
become...
take it that far. You have been dating this girl. She doesn't know how you like your breakfast or how you like your coffee or how you like your
So now who's the problem
laundry.
there? Is
And
it the
even
guy or is
and
it
even
the
if
babe?
you like it like that,
you don't know how to communicate.
And even if you like it like that, Carrie, right? Like you like sunny side up, but me, I was raised only knowing how to make omelets, right? It's my job to make you sunny side up, so you can make your own. Right? This is what I
you
was
make
taught,
it how you want then.
right?
Me, I'll make it how I
It's
want.
the same way, like pata a guy, like you left your mom's
But you
house,
don't know how
right?
to make it.
Your mom.
Why do you have a wife?
Who told you your mom?
See, then you
Wait,
show
wait.
her.
Here's my
That's
question.
what dating is about.
Here's my question. Who told you your mom is the best chef?
That's all the
That's
food
all
you've
you
been
know.
eating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now you're starting a family with somebody who's been cooking it. She's been taught a different style. So if you don't stay open-minded to the fact that, hey, we do it differently, if you do have a specific way you like it done, do it for yourself or show me how to do it.
Exactly.
But if your mom is the one who's coming to me, sir, there's a class you skipped. And if you want us to do this, I can be bringing my dad to be telling you how I love to live in comfort.
Because that's what I'm saying. In a relationship, you're supposed to communicate. By the time I'm even coming to meet your mother, this means this is a serious relationship. We have vetted each other. We
And
have
you
told
should
each
have
other,
set the
I don't
boundaries.
like this, I like this, you like this, I like this. If I like preparing breakfast like a certain way, right, as your girlfriend, so you can lovingly tell me, babe, I really appreciate you making ABCD, but I don't like tomatoes
But you
in
don't tell
my
me that, you know,
eggs.
my
So you
mom-
can tell her.
Yeah.
So why does your mom have to be the one to tell her that you don't
Or-
like tomatoes in
or
your,
tell
in
me-
your eggs?
It's not the way my mom used to. Kwenda huko na mama yako. Kwenda huko.
Yeah, but that's what you used to.
Yeah,
That's what
but
you
are you
know.
a child? Are you
That's
a child?
What you know.
Are you
But
a child?
you've told
That's
her
what
at
you
this
know.
point you
Do you
have
know,
told her.
So I have a question.
I've actually had a situation where
I have a question.
I've actually had a situation where I said, how you're making pilau is not nice. Like, I know
You're
pilau
so
is
ungrateful.
No, for real. Listen,
You're ungrateful.
Go ahead,
And then-
finish.
this is how my mom used to make
Oh my
pilau.
God.
Like, this is the recipe. Tried it out. Do you know it was like dope? Up until right now, I'm so sure wherever that baby is, she's making pilau like that.
But here's
But
the
see,
thing.
you're the one who told her, not your mother,
But
right?
that doesn't say you're mama's boy. You know, I
That's
think
what
this
I'm
term,
saying.
this
You're
term
not,
mama's boy has
you're
been
not
misused.
a mama's boy because you told her how you like your pilau because that's how your mother used to make it. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with telling her, oh, this is how my mom used to make pilau and I
Yes,
like
there's
it.
nothing wrong
And
with
then you can be like, you know what? Let's even make it together. Let me share the recipe with you. You're making it a relationship thing.
Yeah,
But
not
never
come here
should
ati, "Hii
it be,
pilau haitaste kaya mama yangu."
it tastes kama ya mamangu, you know. Ama your mother is the one who's coming to tell ati me as your girlfriend, this is how he's been eating pilau his whole life. This is how you need to make it. You're the one who told her. And the way you communicated it was also very important. You even told her, hey, here is the recipe. Let's try it. And she ended up liking it, right? And she probably still makes it
Guys
that
are
way.
mad.
So that doesn't make you a mama's boy. You like the food your mom used to make. You know how to make it. You probably helped her make it. You communicated it beautifully.
And
But
also, finally,
never should your mom be the
At
one to
what?
come and tell
finally,
her.
as we wrap up, this whole mama's boy story, I feel that a guy, when you look at a guy who's got like a really solid relationship with a mom, that means they know
Which
how
is
to
great.
treat
We love
women
that.
right.
We love
Right?
that. People who are respectful and love their mothers.
So your term
great.
mama's boy, like you need to stop misusing it
I feel
because
like not
you
misusing
don't-
it.
there are no parameters where you be like, this is mama's boy behavior. This
Kerry,
one
have
is
we
not.
been having the same conversation for
Yes,
like the
we
past
have.
30 minutes?
Yes,
What did
we
we
have. Why
say
you look at
being
me
a
like that?
mama's boy is? Not being able to set boundaries between your mother and your relationship.
I feel like
That's what makes you a mama's boy.
I feel
Not
like-
being a respectful, loving son. There's a difference.
I feel like you are owning the mama's boy and you want to change the definition so
Yeah.
that you can break it out of the jail of it being a bad thing.
If
you're
is
not a mama's
bad
boy, you're not a
thing.
mama's boy.
Yeah.
But like the truth
But loving
is,
and respecting your mother and having a good relationship with her, that's great. We love that.
have you ever dated a girl who keeps comparing you to my dad? Like,
No.
my dad this, my dad that.
No, but
My
I
dad would
know
never
someone
do that.
would say
My dad
always
doesn't
do this,
allow my
dad
mom
would
to do this, right? My dad does this all the time. My dad,
I know a guy who's competed for getting Valentine's Day gifts with what the dad gives.
See, now that's also now allowing
get what I'm
us
saying?
boundaries on
So
her
This guy
end.
would get trips and whatnot. We do this for Valentine's. The dad buys this baby a car.
So you see what I'm saying?
You see what I mean?
Yeah. So you can't blame her father for having money. And marrying a daughter. What can you say about that? All you can say is the father is a fatherly father,
Yeah.
right? But you can't compete in that space, and it's not going to be fun for you. You can't compete with a parent. Come on. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
parent,
Or
my
have
guy.
you ever met somebody who, forget parents, there are people who have a very crazy relationship with their siblings, where there's a big brother who you can do everything, but you cannot top what if
Yeah.
you guys get into an argument, the big brother is in your house
Exactly.
2 minutes later.
Yeah.
What have you done to my sister? Right? How
Even her, she needs to learn how
are you
to
going to
set
tell her
boundaries.
this is my brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot tell him my brother.
Brother, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
moral of the story is we love men who have a good, loving, respectful relationship with their mothers.
I think everybody.
We love that. And I think that's where you're at and you think that's what being a mama's boy is. It's not. This other side that we're talking about not being able to set boundaries, that's when it becomes a problem.
Even
not
things
this
like-
other side that we love.
Even things like you'll find like you're in a relationship and your mom is the one who's pushing for you to break up with this person because she knows that there's another babe who she thinks you would make a perfect
You'll be
relationship
a better
with.
wife.
And look, the truth is, your mom probably knows a few things about you, right? But what is it about an arranged marriage, or is it going with your heart? At the end of the day, like, did everybody pick a perfect partner?
Probably
I'm
not.
sure even the best marriage, at some point, they'll say, 2 hours, okay. You know, they nitpicked, but your parents are the ones who insisted, like, nope, this is the person I want, right? Now, in that scenario where the mom is even deciding for you, you know, this babe, do you think that's a healthy relationship?
No, it's
right?
not.
Or you're in a scenario, every time you and your person have an argument, you go to your mom. Your mom is just here like, I knew it. These girls for nowadays, they don't know how to and they're just sitting there taking that, you know. Of course, it's going to affect how you know, there's somebody else in this relationship that you hold at the same level or has the same, let me look at it like veto
Influence.
power, right? Because it should be just the
Over
two
the
of you in the
relationship,
relationship.
but now
But
there's a
there's
third
another
person.
voice in there
You
that
know?
also has a vote.
Yeah.
That's just not
And
going
going
to
for
work.
advice is different than dictatorship. Me actually know someone personally who ended up marrying a girl because the mother wanted him to marry that girl. Like the mom had decided this is what a wife looks like and this is who you're going to marry. And he did.
And that's crazy.
And he cheats on her every other weekend. But he did it because his mom told him.
That's
That's not a mama's boy.
that's a crazy guy.
Yeah, that's a crazy guy. But isn't that like some toxic level of like being a mama's? You can't even tell your mom no. Yet your mom has even made friends with this babe. Okay? And will make sure all your other situations don't go well. Be like, Nani is not even good for you. Why don't you just marry Nani? And he ended up marrying her, my guy. How is that not being a mama's boy?
Have you seen this thing, Ati? You know how like guys reach 32 and then all of a sudden they're just like, I will marry you.
You know?
They just open their head.
Whichever they
Start to
find.
marry. You.
Picky ponky.
Yeah, come. What's your name? Yeah. Marriage, yeah? Marriage. You're available for... Oh, here. I was cutting this ring.
Yeah. In fact, just...
what do you like? Roses. You know? And then all of a sudden they're married, right? Because being alone is difficult.
Yeah.
So, anyway, speaking of mamas, and come to mama. Did you see how A$AP Rocky jumped into Rihanna's arms?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he almost broke her name.
Bro, let me tell you something.
No, he almost broke her
Happens
name.
to girls. Bang,
No,
bang, boom, bam, bam.
Yeah.
You know, let me tell you, when you see a guy jumping into the arms of a woman who's not his mother,
Oh my God.
Or his
Don't call him
wife.
a mama's boy.
that woman is his ride or die.
Bro,
sure.
me, I love those
For
two
sure.
so much. Honestly, I love
Ride
them.
or die.
I love
That babe, that guy has cried in her arms a lot of
Fuck.
times.
But
No,
have
for real.
you asked yourself why they are not married?
I don't think
It's
marriage
like
is
their
after
business.
this, but after this long, I think still kinda Rihanna didn't trust niggas or didn't trust this guy. When a babe gets money, like she
This
I
nigga
separates
don't
herself.
This guy
think-
jumped like he was in the
Like you
Olympics.
stay there, be cute, give me babies.
I
But
don't
like,
think that is the problem.
an clear example, Oprah. Right.
No, but Oprah still
so it's
didn't want
either
kids
Oprah
and she
and
did.
Rihanna and that's it.
It.
It's like it's a subcategory of
No, but
women.
Oprah even before, what's his name?
Of
Steve or whatever the
billionaires.
his name is. Oh, sorry, my bad. Whatever
Oprah's
his name
husband.
is.
Call him the correct
partner.
name.
Okay?
Yes.
I don't think that they're not married. That's her partner. They've
Yeah.
been partners for 50 years. Okay, maybe I'm
But like,
exaggerating.
what are the benefits of being like?
I don't see the
married?
big deal, honestly.
See that term
Marriage is
husband
so
that Nairobi babes misuse.
yeah.
Because
It's my
I have a friend
husband.
who's going through divorce, and she said, "There's when it comes to property, there's
Mm-hmm.
no really like claim. Somebody's a family will still come and say this is the point of." So you know how like
You
you
know
might
what I
for
mean?
the properties.
Yeah.
You still have to fight for that shit in court anyway. So that tantaran was just for who wants.
Yo.
Just for who? Who was it for?
Hey.
At the time you've taken a loan, yeah, guys, I've seen you in a white dress. They're like, this is not in that. We know. Right?
We know. In
Since
fact,
you're 13.
there are a few people who are seated in that church who know.
Hi,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
You know how many men she said hi to? Bro.
Speaking of which, there is this, I don't know if he's a footballer or a basketball player or something. He was dating this girl, I can't remember for how long, and they got, was it engaged? I'll make sure I put I'll put the screenshot there. And she left him when she found out everything he owns is under his mom's name.
Yo.
She left him.
What's his name? Hakimi.
I think so. I don't know if he's
No, there's another one.
But
There's
Hakimi
another one.
was after. Like
There's
it
an-
was
this is another-
divorce.
this is another-
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Let me try and
men
find
have
it.
audacity. There's
So
enough.
I don't know if that's being a mama's boy or the mom was just being smart.
No. These
That
guys
one?
are smart. These guys are smart.
That one.
Because babes, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
she
yes,
left him.
listen to me. I know, like, I love babes and like we're all together in this, but like, the audacity some of you have, you gotta educate me. Which course do I
Where
need
do you
to?
pick it up from?
'Cause,
Because
like, this guy Israel Adesanya, the girl is trying to sanya from him.
which guy?
You know what she did? So apparently, he's a UFC wrestler, blah blah.
Yeah.
So he had this babe. I don't know whether they were married. I think they were, or was he a girlfriend? And now she's suing him for half everything he owns.
For how long were they
Because
together?
she broke up with him or something like that.
Yo,
Like legit.
how long were they together?
I think they like maybe a year or two. I don't
No,
know.
because I have to find that one.
Right?
Because that one, I think the mom was just being smart. I don't think that's mama's boy because she was able to root out this gold digger.
Because you can
know what
just
I mean?
break up with somebody and then now say, yo, you're gonna give me half, you know?
His Boniface who? Or it was a relationship.
Okay.
I don't know if he's a footballer, but it says
The footballer
Boniface,
one is Hakimi.
Norwegian
but that was
girlfriend.
after divorce.
It's an
yeah, called off their 4-year relationship after discovering that all his properties are in his mother's name.
Yeah.
They had been dating for over 4 years and she started putting some pressure on him to do everything legally without any prenup. To her greatest surprise, she discovered Boniface has nothing in his name. It's
Wow.
all in the mother's name. Yeah, so I think he's a footballer.
Now this guy, I think that's very smart,
smart.
because the way, not in a bad way.
Do you know how much money footballers make, bro? Even these low league people, hey, they make money.
The way babes are moving out here, especially for rich people,
Smart.
is crazy. Because like even this Israel Adesanya's ex-girlfriend, she's demanding half of all his belongings because he broke up with her. He'd been dating for 4 years, and she thinks she deserves half of his entire fortune.
Jesus Christ.
They have no marriage, no children, and the relationship was actually 1 year. Right?
Yo.
Yeah. And now she's
this one
1
was 4
year,
years.
1/2.
half. So me,
Can you imagine someone leaving you after 4 years?
Okay, no, it's life.
Gold diggers,
Guys, yeah, that's the question I want to ask. Like, because Hakimi, this happened to him as well. He had backed up with the mom, which I think is very smart. If I had a brother, I'd just be like, yo, do
Be
this.
smart. Hey, that's how people end up
Because
losing
people
everything.
are moving crazy, but not in Kenya. In Kenya. Okay, if I have money, I'll spend that half bribing the judge. You ain't getting shit, man.
She ain't getting shit. I'd
You ain't
rather give it to you.
Shit. I give you the half,
I
and
swear.
then I jifanya Idris
I have
Elba on the
nothing.
internet. I'm taking that money back.
Swear to God, I
You know what I mean? Some
Catfish.
Skepta and bits. With an AI skin over there. Just say, oh my God. Money is such sweet. You'll pay me back that money, yo. There's no way I can give you the money.
In fact, yeah.
There's
so
no way. Yeah. But this is also happening to rich women. Like
Yeah.
you break up with your man, he sues
Yeah.
for half of everything. You remember Britney
Nani,
Spears?
yeah. K-Fed.
Yeah. K-Fed is that man is
he's
fed.
set-
He's
set
fed.
for life.
do you know how much money Halle Berry
Yeah,
has
even Halle
given
Berry is
out
paying
over
niggas.
the years?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Please,
He's
I will find
wake-up
that video
guys,
and I'll
yani.
play
Yeah.
for you. Ameweka
Siwezi
watu.
welcome to mimi. Akiwalai.
I would actually
Wallahi.
rather collapse and die.
Nachukua hiyo pesa naificha kwa haga. Like, there's no way you're
Do you know Halle Berry has been 4 times? She's been married 4 times. You tell me how much money she's dishing
Wacha
out.
nikwambie.
Yeah.
4
Kenya.
times.
Judges.
I don't care.
This is America.
I don't care.
Kenya. Napeleka judge date. There's no way I'm giving you my money. Alive like this, I'm just ati pesa ya Jonte. Hey. Ati every time I'm doing a gig ati na Jonte yako na kati yake hapo.
Imagine.
You're mad.
Ati
You're
nakulipa
mad.
because and then in the States there's this thing called alimony.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
keep paying someone until they get remarried.
Yeah.
I will catfish you on the internet and find you a new husband just so that I stop
Honestly.
paying your alimony.
Honestly.
I mean, I find you a new wife, so I stop paying your alimony. So
But
I don't know how long it's supposed to be or whatever. But I was being explained to that alimony is up until they get remarried.
But it's
I
Africa.
would find you a new wife so quickly.
This is Africa.
What?
Money is always late.
Hey.
It's not Ali.
African timing.
Late
eh?
money.
I owe you. Even guys who are owed by Gava, you go sue the government.
Okay.
20 years later, the
I
government is
swear.
still looking at you like, I think we owe you what?
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna work. You come to me at Sijui at we were dating and then
45 to 60
Kwa
days.
boxes X.
Yeah. So, nini, kuna pesa tunangoja.
Ngoja nikwambie kitu.
Haijatoka bado.
Mimi ni provider.
Ain't doing that.
Guys. Hey, I'm sorry. But yeah, the way I saw ASAP jumping into those arms, I just want to ask you, ladies, who are in relationships, does your man find you a place of comfort in your arms? When he goes through things like this, he goes diving in his boy's arms. Yo,
He didn't tell
homie.
you. Yeah.
Was he here? Yo, Meze, chopper that short. Meze, you shindered this thing. He's coming home to jump into your arms.
Literally jump, bro.
Yeah,
You
but
saw
it's
that
a-
video.
Bro, there was a white babe it was, it was a hit and run.
Almost got a new case.
He
He
was just like steeplechase that shit, man. I just saw that. I was like, whoa. Hawa watu
Love that
wamelia
for them.
pamoja.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah, they were
Love
just
that for
like,
them.
"Kawe, so everybody was your blood. Bang, bang, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Mama.
That goes to show you only a gangster can deal with a gangster because Rihanna she's a gangster in her own right.
Yeah, they got that, that billionaire personality
You
type.
get me. And actually, there was a study that shows men who marry women who have a higher net worth, their relationships last longer than vice versa.
Yeah, so kept men.
Yeah.
So who's the gold digger now?
Yeah. You just wait till we have our money. Yeah, I'll keep you.
Keep it.
I got you. But remember what I told you, ladies.
Believe that.
Never give guys money. Stop indoctrinating them while we're still alive. Let them do this in the next life. The next life I'll keep a usionyeshe pesa. Kuwa umesota. Na usikwe na hii. Usiongee sana. Trust me. Ukiingia kwa hiyo conversation, act like you have. Wow.
Yeah, me and Kwamboxa are currently trying something new. We'll let you know how it works.
It's a mug.
Wow.
I drink like this.
Oh my God.
It's an air freshener. Imagine you can't be. You want to be attractive. Don't be knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Don't know shit. Guys are allergic to babes who know shit.